When you hear that sound, you already know who the number one draft pick is. It's the Flex Zone Podcast, Crevonte, the only place giving you draft coverage how you want it.
when you need it.
Let's keep this train moving, man. This is a guy who has been rising up the draft charts probably as high as anyone, especially at quarterback. It is the national champion quarterback of Michigan, JJ McCarthy, 6'2", 31 and 5/8 inch, 9-inch hands, 219 pounds. He is got a 6.82 cone drill, three cone, and 4.23 20-yard shuttle. So very athletic guy, five-star recruit coming out of high school, 11 games in 2021 as a reserve. 2022, he was third team All Big Ten, 14 games, 22 touchdowns, five picks. And in 2023, Big Ten Quarterback of the Year, first team All Big Ten, finals list for the Johnny Unitas Award, and sixth in the FBS with 72.3 completion percentage. Started off 15 games, including national championship, 2,991 yards, 22 touchdowns, four interceptions, and he ran for over 200 yards and three touchdowns as well. What do you think about JJ McCarthy, Crevonte, and why is he rising up so high as of the past maybe month or so?
Um, two, uh, two words, one name. Jim Harbaugh. That is why he's rising up draft boards like crazy. Um, and nothing against it because I mean, you ride for your guy, you ride for your guy. But I'm just like, shoot, I wish the Chargers didn't have a quarterback because I'm like Jim Harbaugh. I want you to pick him. You know what I'm saying? But luckily he has Justin Herbert, so he won't be doing that. But he's big up in his guy, and he has a lot of, and I think Jim Harbaugh bigs him up so much is that he has a lot of intangibles. I think he's a natural leader on that team and very crucial in guiding Michigan to um to their season championship. Um pretty good. I mean, damn, he shows spurts and certain spots where you can see he has some really good arm talent, but he doesn't show it enough. We don't see it enough because of how stacked that Michigan Wolverines roster was, like everywhere. Like, okay, so you remember when Cam Newton came out and said what he had said in the midst of like the whole Brock Purdy situation. I think JJ McCarthy is a game manager. Now, one thing he does, he manages that game damn well. He definitely does. He doesn't put the ball in harm's way. He goes into all these hostile environments. He went into Ohio State. He went into the Big Ten championship. He went into the national championship, and it didn't seem like the lights were too bright for him to be able to perform and get and do what the Wolverines needed him to do to win. And he had a couple clutch third downs, a couple clutch passes here and there. He didn't have a lot of them. It was definitely quality over quantity, but at the next level, quarterback play means more and more and more especially the deeper you go into the season and go into the postseason. That quarterback play separates the good teams from the great teams. And I just feel like JJ McCarthy is going to have to go to a team that's pretty much only glaring need is quarterback. Now, I would love to see him with the Minnesota Vikings. I would love to see what Kevin O'Connell could do with that team. He already has a couple guys on the outside. He got bookend tackles. So that's a good foundation for somebody like a JJ McCarthy, or somebody like JJ McCarthy or a Drake May to go into. But I think JJ McCarthy, he played against talent. You know what I'm saying? He played in the Big Ten. That's what separates him Drake Drake May. Now, Drake May, if we're going up stat for stat, Drake May blow JJ out the water. But JJ been in more how do I say, more simulations of NFL talent. NFL like games. So there, and he doesn't break a sweat. You know what I'm saying? With Drake May, we don't know. Um Now, um like I was saying, frame, how big is he?
Yeah, let me get those measurables for you again. 6'2" and a half, 219.
Not, not bad. It's cool. You like to put it, maybe see a little bit more on him, but that's okay. Um he just You see the potential. I think I compare him. He's, like I said, Drake May is not much. It is not far. That they're not far at all in comparison. It's just I saw JJ McCarthy on TV way more. You know what I'm saying? And I think the biggest thing is that JJ McCarthy knows who he is. I think he knows and understands who he is and what he has to do. I've never seen him in his time at Michigan, him being a starter, him do too much. One, he doesn't have to, but also I never seen him force it, even when things got tough a little bit. I felt like he was always cool, calm, and composed, no matter what the game is, no matter who they playing, and that is something that's an intangible that I don't think a lot of us talk about when going to the next level, because those big games is like that every Sunday. And then on the night games, it's like doubled. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all the only game on TV. Now, he used to be on TV in the Big Ten, but being on TV Sunday night, Monday night, it's the next level. But he's showing that he can handle it. Now, at now him if him being the fourth guy, what do the Vikings do? Because I feel like the Vikings would be a perfect fit for this for this team.
They pick at 11, by the way.
11.
And they
11.
do have another first round pick as well, pick 23, so they could move up if they need to, possibly as well.
But that's the thing. Just like I was saying with him and Drake May, I wouldn't do nothing crazy like move up like. And the crazy thing is, I've seen mock drafts where they trade with Jim Harbaugh with the Chargers at what they at 5, I believe.
Chargers at 5,
It,
Giants
it,
at
it- it's
6.
all in what you give up. But my thing is, I wouldn't. I just want to give up nothing crazy, because I feel like nobody in front of you would take him. So if nobody in front of you going to take him, and it depends on, you don't want nobody behind you jumping, and depend on, like, they needed to feel the room about how the Broncos feel about him, Bo Nix, and all that. But I wouldn't. I would just wait and see. I wouldn't do nothing too hasty. Up front. Let's see what the Patriots do. Let's see what the Patriots do at 3, and who's going to jump. Because I feel like he's not a top 5 guy. Um, some people you talk to, he's not a first round guy. I think he has the ability to lead a team, but he has a clear ceiling. I think his ceiling is like well known. I think his floor is really high, but the ceiling, he has his limitations, and I think it's well noted. So that fifth year, having that fifth year option will be good for a team that picks a JJ McCarthy.
Got a pro comp?
Um, Alex Smith. Now, granted, Alex Smith, and now Alex Smith, I'm trying to that draft class. Aaron Rodgers was in that draft class, but Alex Smith, that wasn't a great draft class. But Alex Smith did end up being the best of a not so great draft class. But I see some resemblance of Alex Smith, not too much. You know what I'm saying? Needs help. I don't think he's much of a game changer. I don't think neither one of them is that, but he can manage out. He can manage the hell out of the game, man.
Yeah, it'll be intriguing to see where McCarthy goes. And like you said, Crevonte, does someone trade up? And it looks like he will potentially be a day one starter. I don't know how many quarterbacks are going to go, but that's out of the 4 we've done, we see all 4 going pretty early.
Yeah, and that's goes to like the need of the position, because when you don't have a quarterback, you spend your whole time looking for one. I am a Commanders fan, Byron. I've been preaching this forever. Been looking for a quarterback, and I thought RG3 was a guy. But even if RG3 was a guy, he probably would be towards the end of his career probably by now. So we probably be looking for a new guy anyway. But when you don't have that guy, you spend your whole time looking for him. So that's why there's reaches and guys who uh, get a lot of boosts when there's no football being played. Like I've seen Drake May go from possibly number one to number three. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Jane Daniels come out of nowhere and or be arguably number one or number two. JJ McCarthy's got a lot of steam as of late, but again, I think that's Jim Harbaugh bigging up his guy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. What's the any last words on McCarthy? You see him going? I guess you see him going early first round. He'll
Yeah,
be, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah, yeah. I think he's
Okay.
gonna go in the early portion of the first. I think it might be four quarterbacks in the early portion of the first round. Like I'm talking like top 14, top 15. And I see he looks like I could see him in a Vikings uniform. But also the Broncos as well, because you got a guy in Sean Payton that knows a thing or two about the quarterback position, despite how he treated Russell Wilson, but he knows a thing or two about the position.
Well, stay tuned. We'll be breaking it all down. The NFL draft less than 2 weeks away. Does he join Caleb Williams in the NFC North, or does he head to the West to be in the same division potentially as the Tribal Chief, Patrick Mahomes? That would be interesting. And his former coach, Crevonte, would be in the division if he goes to AFC West as well. So that would be some storylines there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't even think about it, but
Yep.
that'll definitely add more to the story.
We're adding more to our story as the draft coverage continues and we're on the path to the draft right here on the Flex Zone.